In the dimly lit back room of an Italian restaurant, Luca, the Shadow Marino, a seasoned mafia boss, sat at a table surrounded by his loyal henchmen. They were planning their next move, their voices low and filled with tension. Luca glanced at his trusted lieutenant, Tony the Blade Russo, and said, "Tony, it's time to send a message to those rival scumbags. Let's show them we mean business." Tony nodded, his eyes gleaming with determination. "Boss, we've got a shipment coming in tonight, the biggest score yet. But we've been hearing rumors of a mole in our ranks. Should we trust our usual contacts?" Luca's brows furrowed in thought. "No, Tony, not this time. I've got a new contact, a guy named Salazar. He's got connections to the underground and he owes me a favor. Arrange a meeting and we'll see if he's as reliable as they say." As the room emptied, Luca's phone buzzed. He picked it up and answered, "Yeah?" It was Frankie, his trusted informant. "Boss, I've got some info for you. There's a rat in the organization. Word on the street is it's Paulie, the Weasel." Luca's eyes narrowed and a cold anger filled his voice. "Find out everything you can, Frankie. I want that rat caught and silenced." Later that evening, Luca, Tony, and a few of their men gathered in a dimly lit warehouse to meet Salazar. The air was thick with tension, each step echoing through the empty space. Salazar appeared from the shadows, dressed in a tailored suit, his eyes shrouded with mystery. Luca approached Salazar, eyeing him with suspicion. "So, Salazar, I hear you're the man to see when it comes to underground connections." Salazar smirked, a glint of confidence in his eyes. "That's right, Luca. I've got access to things you've never dreamed of. But I only deal with those I trust. Show me your loyalty." Luca's eyes narrowed, his gaze unyielding. "You want loyalty? Prove your worth to me, Salazar. Bring us a sample of your merchandise. If it's as good as you claim, we'll consider working with you." A sly smile spread across Salazar's face. "Consider it done, Luca. You won't be disappointed." Days passed, tension mounting as the hunt for the mole intensified. Frankie had gathered evidence pointing to Paulie's betrayal, but they needed concrete proof. Luca called for a meeting in the basement of an abandoned building. The walls were adorned with newspaper clippings of their fallen rivals, a grim reminder of the danger they faced. Paulie entered the room, his face pale as he realized the gravity of the situation. Luca's voice was cold and merciless. "Paulie, you know what happens to rats in this organization, don't you?" Paulie stammered, his voice trembling. "Boss, I swear I didn't betray you. It's a setup." Luca leaned in, his voice barely above a whisper. "Save your lies for someone who cares, Paulie. We've got the evidence against you. Frankie has been very thorough." Paulie's face turned white as his eyes darted around the room, realizing the walls were closing in. "Boss, please give me a chance to explain. I swear I can—" Before Paulie could finish his plea, Tony emerged from the shadows, a menacing glint in his eyes. In one swift motion, he drove a blade into Paulie's chest, silencing him forever. Luca's voice carried an eerie calmness as he spoke. "Never betray me, Paulie. Loyalty is everything in our world." The room fell silent, the weight of the moment hanging heavy in the air. Luca turned to his men. "Clean this up, we have work to do."